Hi guys, we're back again, and this time we're going to be drawing a panda by the request of Ari. So here's an example of the kind of panda we might be drawing today. And at first pandas might seem a little bit complicated because they have all these weird patterns on them. I know I had to kind of do some research a little bit before I prepared this video, but in the end, just like anything else, you can do stuff that seems really complicated if you just start with the simple shapes. So here we go. I've got my pencil, got my pen, I've got only two colors because pandas are black and white, you don't need much, and I've got an eraser. So let's get started on this panda. So first of all, I always like to start with the head and the body. The nice basic shape. So a panda's head is kind of an oval going sideways like that. Now, the panda's body, I think this panda should be kind of fat. That's the kind of panda everyone likes. So let's make it have a big round belly. And now it's time for the body parts. So there's two arms. Maybe I'll make them kind of folded in like this on top of the panda's belly, like she just ate something. Now, time for some legs for this panda. Nice fat little legs. There we go. Let's say this panda's standing up. I know it's not so realistic for pandas, but it's good for a picture. Now, a few more things here are pretty important. One that you might be thinking of is the ears of the panda. So let's do that right now. Ear 1, ear 2. And the other important parts are the face of the panda. So let's do the face. So we want these big things. Now, this is one of the first things that's kind of mysterious about drawing a panda. What is this? These are these dark patches around the panda's eyes. Maybe at first you thought the panda had huge eyes, but I think that's a little bit much. What you're going to need to do is put the eyes inside of these patches, like that. And now I'm going to do a little dot in the center of each eye. I'll move that closer to you just to make sure that you can see it well. And now it's time for the panda's nose. And a nice little mouth. And at this point, I'd say you're basically ready for pen. And now you're just going to go over it. Again, as always, you can kind of correct your mistakes. If there's anything that is overlapping, like these arms, you don't want to draw the line underneath the arm so that it looks like the arm is going in front of the panda's body. Like that. So you're not going to draw this line here. There we go. Now the panda's big head. Okay. Ears. Ears. Those big eye patches right there. Nice. Okay. That little nose. Now the panda already looks a lot better in my opinion. And one thing I'm going to add for this panda is just a little bit of something for it to eat, because pandas eat a lot and that's their main activity. So here's a piece of bamboo, one of panda's favorite foods. Bamboo usually comes in little segments, so I'll do it like that, and I just added a little leaf there to make it clear that it's a piece of bamboo. Now, I'm going to do its feet. Its feet there. Nice. And pandas do have a little tail coming out the back that technically you wouldn't really be able to see in this scenario, but just for the sake of showing it, I'm going to kind of make it sticking out right there. I think that looks just fine. And the panda's belly is white and the rest of it is dark. So I'm going to make it like that. So there you go. That's the outline of a panda. And now we're just going to erase some of those kind of messy parts around the face especially, so that we can go in with the colors. I'm gonna erase this here. This is nice because now it looks really clean. It looks like those arms are coming out in front of the panda's body. Woohoo, there goes the other panda. Nice windy day. All right, now we're ready for the big part, coloring in the panda. So technically pandas are black and white, but I kind of feel like black and white is almost a little bit too simple for something like we're doing. So let's make the panda purple instead, but you can totally make it black and white if you want to. I just really like colors. So we need to make sure in this part that we're filling in the right parts dark and the right parts light to make it look like a panda. So you could say that this is the hardest part of drawing a panda. There's one ear, and the other ear, and you might have guessed that the dark parts around the panda's eyes should also be colored in dark, so let's go for that. Alright, I really feel like this is the period of time when it really starts looking like a panda, so that's awesome. Those nice big eyes. Alright, now the next part that's going to be colored in dark is all of this area around the panda's body, but not its tummy. Okay. Coloring it in. There you go. Look at that contrast. There you go. Okay, and you want to keep these areas white, here and here. Or you could also color them in a light color like yellow or something, but the most important thing is to keep this contrast between the dark parts and the light parts. Because that's what really makes this look like a panda instead of just a bear of some other kind. Almost done. So because a panda isn't so colorful, it's actually kind of a quick thing to draw, but I do still want to color in this bamboo so that the panda has some nice colorful food to eat. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now we have a pretty nice looking panda. I'll just make it kind of have a nice shining part around it. Now you really feel like you've received something awesome when you see this picture. Wow. Just feel like there needs to be a little bit more in that picture. You can add all kinds of patterns in the background if you want. You could add more bamboo and make some kind of forest right here. You could add some clouds and stars and moons like we have for the owl. Use some of the techniques that we learned in previous classes. So there you go. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. And that's our first panda. Thank you so much for coming. If you make a panda or if you make any other animal from these classes, I would love to see it. Let me know. And if you have any requests for something that you'd really like me to help you draw, please give me a request. Hope you guys are still staying inside, staying creative, and keeping positive. Thank you so much for coming to my class.